Hi guys, hope everything's going well. So guys, receiving hate mail has its own joys associated with it, and the hate mail I've received, it is hilarious and it has such great backstory behind it. Therefore, I wanted to share it with you guys. So without further ado, let us begin. But before that, I'd like to shout out to Niaz Akib Sakibawik. Akib, I hate you. You're a jerk. But you know that already. Anyways, now getting that out of the way, let us begin with the podcast. So, something really interesting happened. One of my cousins, Hamza, loser guy, he did his A-levels and then he jumped ship. He went to the first Western country that would take him in, and he begged them for 7 years to get a visa and a permanent residency, and then they gave it to him, and now he doesn't know what to do with the rest of his life, and he's in the middle of an identity crisis, and he has absolutely no personality. So this guy, he did something very comical. There was one person who was never supposed to see my videos on Pakistan Army, and that was my uncle, who's a brigadier in the army, of course. But this guy, for reasons unknown, he went and he gave the video to him, and my uncle got very angry. And this guy knew he was in trouble, right? Because I was in trouble as well, because I had made those videos. But this guy, he had snitched on me, and he knew that was difficult. So he tried to negotiate the situation. He tried to act as a mediator, and he tried to act as if he was trying to control the situation when this idiot himself started it. So this is what he wrote to me. Sherry, that's what my family calls me. This is the very last time, this is the fourth last time actually, that I ask you to kindly delete the videos related to the Pakistani army. Your sentiments have severely hurt. Your comments have severely hurt the sentiments of several members of our family. This is not a joke anymore. In your first video, you mentioned my dad, and you have no right to do so. To be fair, I mentioned my uncle, and I was willing to trim it out, but he was a jerk about it, so I decided not to. Please let me explain further why this is very serious. If this situation escalates further, the authorities can hold my dad responsible for this. My dad can lose his pension, our house, our medical coverage, all because you were too selfish to not remove these two videos. And this is where it gets even more interesting. He mentions our grandfather. All because you were too selfish to not remove these two videos. I don't understand. What is so hard to understand here? We are your family, and we're asking you to understand us. This is causing a problem between our families. Imagine how sad Dadabu would feel if he was here to see such action of yours. Please rethink and delete these videos immediately. So my grandfather, and I was very close with him, this guy didn't even attend his funeral, and now he's trying to use him as a prop over here, very shamelessly trying to pander to him and try to, impress me and emotionally blackmail me. Well, son, I don't fall for those things. My response was 2 words. You can guess them. It was, fuck you. But, these pretty boys, you cannot stretch them too far, or, they break and then they start crying and they start making a huge lot of fuss. So we made a gentleman's agreement that, okay, my videos pertaining to the Pakistani army will not be available in the public domain, right? And this was something that we were both fine with. It meant that normal viewers wouldn't be able to see it. Right? But because he's a jerk, he had to break that agreement and he had to play around the rules. What he did was that he went around in Belgium and he tried to start some sort of a revolution over there. I had made one video where I talked about the past of Belgium, a racist country, and it has a horrible past of human rights violations. And this guy, he went over there and he started motivating the other Belgians. This guy is speaking against Belgians. We are Belgians. We're united. We're a small country and they're bullying us. And it got to a point where 60% of the entire traffic on my channel was from Belgium. So, Hamza, thank you and fuck you. So, another person who acted out was one of my friends. I thought of him as a good friend, but it proved out to be something quite a bit different. I dedicated a whole video to him. And his response was, "Khud marega, hame bhi marega." And I was like, you thankless bastard, you should feel honored. And I was completely enraged that this guy would say something like that. And I had dedicated a whole video to him, and now he's acting out. No, man, you don't do that. Then he was like, no, man, fuck that. There is so much to achieve in life. I was like, oh my God, are you telling me about achievement? And then I told him, don't tell me about accomplishment. I'm the one who got hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships. I'm sorry, I shouldn't brag about it, but yeah, I mean, the facts are facts. And then, he started getting all emotional and doughy, and he started to act out, and he was like, "Teri achievements, main apne L pe bhi nahi rakhta, right? I only work at my own pace. I don't care what you do. You're not my son that I should care about what your achievements are." And I was like, okay, guy, okay, man, calm down, all right? It's not such a big deal. But anyways, that was that. Thank you for the entertainment. Right. So these were people I knew, right? But I also got some messages from people I don't know, and that was really cool in my opinion. So one guy was like, IOG, I don't know what that means. I heard you be selling your ass all around town. How much? So what's up? Let me know you. So I responded, yeah, I was actually selling your mom's. No one wanted her since she is already on Pornhub. And that sealed that. Thank you, friend, for the entertainment. Let us move to the next one. Now, this guy, I had a detailed conversation with him. So he was like, hello, brother. And this tends to happen. You get a message from a guy you don't know, and then you realize, oh, yeah, I think I know him. I barely know him. And you decide to add him to your contacts. I thought it was one of those cases. He was like, hello, brother. And I said, hi, how are you? And he's like, what's up, though? I said, nothing other than my podcast. Thank you, all the audience, for watching my podcast again. So I said nothing much other than my podcast, and I asked him, you? And then this is where he starts to get freaky, right? He's like, straight up ballin' got a real baddie in this crib. I want in on the podcast life, homie, damn. So I didn't know who this guy was, right? And I was like, would you mind if I ask you something? He was like, no, nah, for real. And I was like, where did we meet? And he was like, in the school's washroom, don't you remember? I didn't, right? And I couldn't tell him that, so I was like, oh yeah, it's you, man. Sorry for that. Hang me. And then he was like, all the shit we did, right? And devil emoji, 100% emoji, fuck lit in this bitch. Then he was like, hey, you know what's up? So, how much we pulling today? And it took me a bit of a while. I'm a good kid all around. So it took me a while to understand that he was talking about drugs. So I decided to give it a twist. I was like, we pull in the town, nigga. We pull in the fucking town. And then he was like, shit, dawg, I heard he was a fuckboy. And I was like, okay, it was just 1 hour left in iftar, and I was so thirsty. And so I was like, nah, man, Muslim vibes. And he's like, oh, that's on gang. I replied, you know it, Tokyo, Sydney, Prague. And then I told him, hey man, I got a guy out in Brussels. This was my cousin Hamza, right? The guy who had initiated the rebellion in Belgium against me. I got this guy out. Let's give him a hit. And he was like, no man, no, I ain't in that gay shit. So we kept, poking at each other, having fun. And then he tried to group voice call me. I was asleep. It was 3 in the night, right? Some people fast, my friend, right? It's Ramzan. Even Christians could fast in Ramzan. They do it for fun. You are Muslim, you could do that, right? So in the morning when I woke up, I read his I saw that he had given me a group voice call attempt. So I said, Nika, you bringing up the dogs in me? Rapid, yo, sick. Hi to Hitler for me. And he was like, shut the fuck up. Don't seek attention, ho. And then I ended the conversation with you calling out your daddy, bitch. And that is how it ended with this guy. Thank you, my friend, for the good entertainment. But guys, it wasn't all hate mail that I got. No, I got lots of support messages as well. People who wished me well, and people who took a stand. And this guy is very important because he actually made fun of me in our group, right? And now this asshole, this massive asshole, doesn't have the confidence to actually admit to it in that group. So he inboxes me. His name is Umar, by the way. He's like, yo, bro, hope you're doing well. I just wanted to say your podcast is great and you're doing really well. And whatever I said in the group was just a joke as a friend, which I hope you didn't take seriously. I listened to some of it and you're doing great, I think. Just keep it up, man. Just wanted to clear it up. Fuck you. You made fun of me in front of everyone. And now you don't have the balls to admit to it in that group. Go to hell, man. Another of my friends, his dad was in the army, and I made some videos critical, but he's an educated person. He understands difference in opinion, and he was like, hello Shahir, I was about to tell you guys his name. Oh, that was awkward. Hello Shahir, just want to let you know your podcast is amazing and I'm looking forward to hearing more from you. Thank you, my friend. Your sentiments are appreciated. And then there was this girl as well, and she reached out to me. So if you guys don't have any background, I am in a group, and people over there, they try to get funny, they failed, but others took note of it. So this girl is referring to that as well. Hey, I don't think you know me, but we used to take English together last year. It's really good that you started doing something productive during this quarantine while everyone else decides to sleep and binge watch Netflix. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Regardless of what people say in the group or something, I support this, and I think you're doing a great job. Good luck. Thank you, friend. Thank you very much for your kind words. And this was exactly my mindset that I'm not going to be slacking around in the 3 months I have before I'm going to college, right? I'm going to do something, even if it pulls on the nerves of some of these guys. And then there was another girl. We're not friends, yeah. Maybe we're acquaintances, and even that's a stretch. So she reaches out to me and she's like, sorry for not giving your podcast a listen. I'm very forgetful, but I do plan to give them a go soon. Just dropping by to show my disappointment in how rude these people are being. Thank you very much for the kind comments, dear friend. Appreciate it. And I will keep making these videos, all right. And I would also like to thank all the haters over there. You guys have given me such quality content, and I had so much fun making this video. You know, when the idea popped out in my head, I just had to make it, right? And it was a blast. It was all around a blast. In the end, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. Please share and subscribe. And Eid Mubarak to all of you. Eid Mubarak. You guys, you know, by the end of Ramadan, you're like, why is this time not ending? I am done with fasting. And now it's done. We have Eid, but still coronavirus is out there. So stay safe. Stay at home. All right? You don't need to go for congregational prayers on Eid, right? If it means you're going to kill your entire family. I understand this video was a bit different from what you're used to having from me. I think you all think that I'm a strung up nerd, but I hope this changes your mind. Thank you very much. Till next time, goodbye.